Hey everyone, Willow is back with another interview video. This spirit, I asked somebody to step up, and this spirit told me her name is Lauren. And I did make sure that it was a female Lauren because there are some male Laurens. And so I don't know anything else other than her name. So let's get to the interview with Lauren. So okay, so Lauren is Hispanic. She's actually of Hispanic descent. I can see she's got like the caramel type skin. She has it's brown hair. It's like almost like a mahogany brown. And I can see like it's not really red, but it's a very light kind of blondish brown highlights when the sun hits it. And she has Are you of Spanish descent, Lauren? Are you let me guess, are you one of the St. Augustine spirits? Yeah, I figured, because there are a lot of Spanish that were up in St. Augustine, and I know there are like 26 St. Augustine spirits that are looking to be placed. So Lauren is one of them, and the reason why I asked that is because although she has, it's not really like dark, like the dusky type skin. It's more like almost like a goldish, like basically a white person with a tan, almost like a goldish. And I'm guessing she probably got that because she's down here in the Florida sun. She's working outside, so she has that color skin. I'm guessing she was not of the upper class, that she was out and she was working and she was exactly okay. And another thing that gave it away is the hair. When you have dark hair and you have like almost like golden highlights in it, that's basically sun-kissed hair, and you get that from working out in the sun. And I know because as a child I used to spend every summer out there, and I used to have really dark hair, and by the end of the summer my hair was like this really light brown on top. This is really light. So I'm trying to get a look at her costume so I can place it. Can you like manifest? Okay. Oh wow. Ooh, Lauren was really poor. She is bare feet. Is that calico? Is the skirt calico? Flour sack. Okay. That explains the weave. Okay, so it's dyed flour sack. Okay. Because it was like it's kind of like a tan color. I'm like, dyed what? And it's like old, is it old coffee or is it old tea? Tea. Old tea. Okay. They're almost like rags. It's really ragged. Her family could not, they could not afford like basics. They were like, she said at one point they were eating dirt. That's how poor they That's how poor they were. She said the hurricanes took all our crops. We had nothing to eat that year. And she said the ships, the supply ships, didn't bring enough for us to survive. She said we were starving. She said it wasn't just me. She said St. Augustine was starving. But they had it worse off because they were really poor. Really, really poor. And they lived in like a shack south of the plaza. Now, you know where O.C. White's is, right? Was it south of there? Okay. Is it south of the armory? Where the current armory is? You live south of there. Okay. Did you live down by that lake? I forgot what the lake's name is. Did you live down by there? Yeah. Is that where you got fresh water from? Yeah. They lived down there. And they had like little plots and everything. Did you guys have like a community garden or no? So the fields were to the north of the town? Okay. And that marked it out. Okay. What time period was this from? When were you born? When was this? Did you say you were born in 1614? Yes. Okay. Now, were you born in St. Augustine? She says she was born at Hispaniola. Is that it? Which is now, I believe that's current day Haiti. Or it's the other side of Haiti. It's that island there. So she was born in, okay. Okay. So the crown, okay, I got it. So basically what happened was the Spanish crown was basically offering, I wouldn't say it was free land because they had to pay taxes on the land to the crown. But the crown was offering them their own land. They did not have to pay the crown to buy this land. The crown offered this land to people who wanted to take it, and they would have to set up a homestead, obviously, and they would pay taxes to the crown for the land, but they didn't have to buy the land. So that is why her family left. Now, it was your family, yeah, because I could see her living with her parents. So her family left and they came over to St. Augustine. And they set up a homestead. When was this? Did you say 1623? Okay. I think that might have been after... That was after the pirate invasion, right? Yeah. I think that's after Robert Searle, burned. Was it Searle or Drake? Oh yeah, Drake was long dead. Yeah, no. It was Searle. Okay. She said the hurricane. When was the? Cause she wasn't a child, as I'm seeing her. When did the hurricane come through, and like decimate? Do you remember? It was in the 1630s. 1630 what? Did you say 1635? Yeah. 1635. There was a hurricane that came through and like decimated the crops, and they were like starving. But I don't feel that she died in 1635. No, she didn't. She died in 1662. Is that when you said 1662? Okay. So you were in your 50s. No, you weren't. You were only 48. So, So, 48 is still kind of young. What happened? 48 that you died. I think it was lung cancer. It wasn't tuberculosis. It wasn't that. It was, because she wasn't coughing up blood. She's like, did they open you up after you died? Did they open you up before you died? Was your chest, was there an abnormal growth? Is that why they did that? Okay. She's showing me, and I'm not sure how maybe she saw this after she died. Maybe she saw it like in her body. I don't know. But she's showing me like this black. Was it edema? Was there like a blood clot in your lung, and it was like pooling? Was there like a cyst of blood on your lung? Okay, maybe it was a clot. Because what she's showing me, and I don't know what this is, maybe somebody knows what this is and can tell me. She's showing me this lung, and she's showing me it's about like maybe like this big, and it's like black. It's like attached to her, but it's black. And I don't know if they popped it or they went to cut it off, but blood came gushing out. But she didn't bleed to death because this is blood that had accumulated. She didn't bleed to death. They cauterized it. Wow, this is some crazy medicine for that period of time. I would not have thought that they would have had those type of procedures. I mean, shit, they used to cut a pigeon in half and put each on your foot. So, for them to... But yeah, I don't know if they burst it or they cut it. Maybe they burst it first and then they cut it away once it drained. I think that's what she's trying to impart. And then they cauterized it. Because I can... See, the thing is, they didn't have ether or like any type of anesthetic. So she was drunk, but she's like in my ear. I can hear the sizzling of when they cauterized it, because they had to take like basically like a branding iron, a hot iron, and touch it. Oh my God. I can in my ear. It's just thinking about that. Ugh. Am I did I understand all that correct? Is that what happened? Yes. That is what happened. Now, I get the feeling she didn't die from that. There was some kind of complication, but I'm not sure. It's not exactly an infection. Okay, I think I know. Okay, so they had to break the ribs to get to this. They broke at least one, right? Was it more than one? No, they broke one to get to it. And it didn't heal exactly right. And something happened, and the rib pierced. What did it pierce? Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Oh shit. Okay, so the rib didn't heal. And I don't know if she was like lifting something or what. But the rib pierced her heart. It like moved and it pierced her heart. That's what happened. Wow. Holy shit. That's crazy. That's crazy. She survived like this crazy operation. And because her rib didn't heal, it fucking pierced her heart. Oh my God. That's fucked up. Seriously. Wow. So, Lauren, tell me about your life. Let's move away from your death. Tell me about your life. She's showing me a win, though. Is that... Did your husband work at a grist mill? Yeah. Yeah, he worked there. She said she got married. How old were you? She was in her 20s. It's kind of late in life back then. She was the oldest daughter, and her mother had died. And so she had to stay and take care of her father and the other kids. Now, was it when your father died? So when the father died, what would happen in those days is the oldest male would inherit everything. And that is when she was you were basically married off by your brother, right? Yeah. The brother married her off. Now, did you love your husband or? Nope. Nope. It was. Okay. Back in those days, girls had to have a dowry, and they didn't have money for the dowry, and the brother wanted the house and wanted her out of it, and he didn't want to spend the money. And did your husband own the grist mill? Yes. Okay. So basically this man didn't need money. He basically wanted kind of like slave labor, whatever. So she got married off to this man. Did you even like him? Did you have children with him? No. He had children. They were like, he had a 10-year-old. He had a 10-year-old, a 5-year-old. And a 3-year-old. Did he have any other children? Was it only the 3? Yeah, just the 3. So it was like looking for basically a wife / nanny, mother figure for the kids. Did you like the kids? Were they, yeah. She said they were okay kids. She didn't really bond with them though. She didn't really feel like. So did you find any happiness with your life? Nope. So what is it that you want to achieve now? Because you're still here, obviously. So you must want to achieve something and do something with your life. So what is it? Oh, she wants to be a guide. She wants to be a spirit guide. Do you want to be like one of the portal guardians? Is that what you want? Okay. Okay, so what she's basically saying is she wants to help somebody understand spirits better, communicate with spirits. She wants to show them the right way to do things, and also to work as a go-between to keep them safe is what she wants to do. And she the most that I'm getting from her is that she wants to be welcomed by someone, because she didn't have a lot of happiness in her life, and basically once her parents were dead, her brother basically threw her out of the only home she ever knew and married her off to this man she didn't even like, that she had to watch these children, and that didn't even feel like her home. She felt like a slave, a servant. And she was obviously taken for granted. It certainly didn't feel like her home. And that's what she really wants. She wants to feel like she's part, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but she wants to feel like she's part of somebody's life, like she is a cherished member of somebody's life, and that she has a home that she's welcome in, and that she can be comfortable to be herself in. Yeah, I nailed it. I mean, this here is for your benefit, because I can feel all her emotions. I can hear her plainly. And she knows I can. This is just for your benefit so that you can see that that's exactly what she wants. That is her focus and her goal. And she said, you know, in a way to work for her supper, she will be a portal guardian, and she will make sure to keep the nasties out. She will help you communicate and hear, especially if you have certain abilities. She can kind of help focus them so that you don't necessarily need a pendulum. Like me, when I speak to a spirit, when I'm not on camera, when I speak to a spirit, I have a pendulum to back up what I'm hearing, to make sure I'm hearing it correctly. And that is what she would work towards. As long as you open up to her and you trust her, she will start to try to, as long as you have that ability, she will try to start unlocking these abilities, you know, like baby steps. Start unlocking them so you can hear them. And if you start to, like for instance, with me, my spirit guide Ari has unlocked it. Now she could go a lot farther. I mean, I could be like, well, I'm not wide open now, but I could be wide open. But if I go that route, there's no turning back. You can't turn it off once you're wide open. You can't shut the door once you're wide open. So that's why sometimes I have trouble hearing. I have some trouble focusing sometimes. When I turn on, when I go indigo, as I call it, because if you look at the chakras, the third eye is like this purple. It's like an indigo color, so that's what I call it when I go purple. Basically, I'm changing my whole aura to this deep shade of purple so that I can communicate with them better. Now, that's a conscious decision at that time to do that, and it helps me communicate better with them. But then I can like turn it off, and then I don't see them, I don't hear them, unless I open a line of communication again. If I go wide open, if I let Ari just flip that switch, I will be hearing them, I will be seeing them. I can't turn it off. So that's the conscious decision I have made in my life, that I don't want to go further. I could. I have the ability that she could flip that switch and I could go further, but I like being able to turn it off. I like being able to go about my life and not see dead people everywhere, not hear the chatter of voices in my head. And yes, sometimes it does make hearing them difficult. Sometimes I mishear things, or sometimes I don't hear all of it. And that is absolutely why I have to back up what I'm hearing with this. But the reason I have delved into my personal journey here is because she can do that with you as well. She can unlock your, as long as you have those abilities, as long as you have, you notice that you've been sensitive, you've seen things from time to time, you think you've heard things, if you have those abilities, she can unlock them. But again, you know, as in my case, I could be a hell of a lot more powerful, but I would never be able to turn it off. And it's a good thing to have a balance to be able to turn it off and go about your life. Although when I'm laying in bed, I've literally felt the little children spirits jumping on the bed. I've felt the covers move. I've felt ghost cats walk across the bed. I've actually felt, because I have 4 cats. So, you know, I'm lying in bed. I feel boop on the bed. And then I feel the walking up. And I've held out my hand, you know, for my cat to come over and, you know, get love. And I haven't felt anything. There's no like little advancing footprints on the bedspread, and I haven't felt any more movement. And I look, and there's nothing there. There is no cat up there that I can see. So, yeah. Sometimes I can't turn off the touch. I'll feel the touch in my hair. Sometimes they will just like, they will be at my hair all night. I can feel touch, 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 touch. Back of the neck. I mean, sometimes I'll feel the cool breeze. I can't turn those off. But it doesn't bother me. I mean, if they keep doing this and they like giving me the itchies, I'm like, will you knock it off already? And they do, but again, I can't see them doing it. I can't hear them unless I go indigo. So this is what she can do if you choose to open yourself to unlock these abilities. She can help unlock them. And she can help guide you to use those abilities. But you have to remember, how far do you want to go? Because once you go all the way, you cannot backtrack. And where I am, I'm comfortable with it. I don't want to move forward with basically being wide open, seeing them, hearing them all the time. I don't. I like having normalcy. Because like I said many times before, I have about 200 spirits here. Are you kidding me? In a one-bedroom apartment, I would be forever be like, excuse me, pardon me. You know, I don't want to see 200 spirits packed into this. I've got like some horse spirits too, so I can just imagine this is like, it isn't even standing room only. They have to be like hanging from the ceiling at this point. There's no room, sitting on the countertops. It's just, I can't even imagine, and I don't want to see it. I don't. So, that is what she can do. She said that she wants to be a portal guardian, so she will work with the communication portal. I have made them in the past. I need to make some more, and that is what she is interested in doing. So as soon as I have the portal for her made, then I will post this video, and I will post her eBay auction, and her eBay auction will be listed in the description down below. And anything incidental that she wants to say, but I think I've pretty much covered it for you. Is there anything else that you wanted to say, Lauren? Okay, we good then. Alright, so that is it with Lauren. And as soon as I make her portal, then we will, I will set this up so that she can go ahead and, you know, be auctioned off. And with every portal, every communication portal that I sell, it does come with a pendulum, because she chooses what kind of pendulum she wants and how she wants it made and what have you. It does come with basically it's kind of like a scrying mirror / portal. And the reason why I call it a portal is because when you open it, it acts like a beacon of light. So any spirit that's strolling around just like, oh, that looks like the bat signal. Let's go over there and see what that's about. So it will work as a beacon when you open it. Now, when I say open it, it comes with a pamphlet of instructions. And it will tell you how to open up a session. It will tell you how to close a session. And it will tell you what to do in case of emergency. Now, what I try to do with all of my portals is I try to spell them so that the light, the beacon, will be hidden from any spirits that have negative intentions, that are have negative energy, liars, so that if you wanted to communicate with the spirit world, you'll only get some that have pure intentions and such. However, some can slip through the cracks. They could have good intentions, but then when they get there, they're like, oh, well, let's cause some trouble. If that happens, every set comes with white salt, black salt, and a white candle. And I tell you exactly how to handle when something goes wrong. It's all included in the pamphlet. And so yeah, it's when I sell a spirit portal, it is a full kit. She chooses the doll that she wants to inhabit. I always tell everybody, please put that vessel near the portal when you open it, so she's like right there. Her energy is like right there. And if something gets out of hand, she can grab it and basically bounce their ass out of there. So it's like the whole kit, and it will even tell you the right way to hold it up, because what I do as a safety mechanism is I have little designs that if you actually look at it, they form, if you were to connect the dots, they form a pentagram. And the reason for that is that it's a sacred symbol. And that helps hold the charms and the spells that I've put on this in place as well. You do not have to go through a Wiccan thing to, get this going. I do advise you to follow all the directions that are on there. Make sure that it's held in the right place. I am doing this as an alternative to the Ouija board. I absolutely, totally have horror stories of the Ouija board. I will get to the stories in my other videos about the Ouija board, because I've made my mistakes with that. And I will cover those stories eventually. But this is to keep people away from the Ouija board. I try to sell my portals with guardians to keep big nasties from coming through. I spell them to keep big nasties from coming through. And in case big nasties come through, I give you the emergency plan on how to stop this. So when you have the spirit portal, you have the pendulum, so you're going to get yes, no, or maybe type answers. If you're looking for more exact answers, I do have certain programs on for apps on the phone that I do recommend. And if you are interested in learning those, I can always go ahead and put those in either the comments or the description or whatever. If you are curious about what apps I use to communicate with spirits, because I have used them in the past. And mostly the only reason why I use them, because I can hear the spirits, is I just put them on so that my spirits can basically play with the programs and learn the programs. Because if I'm driving, I can't really concentrate on them. So once they've learned the program, if I'm driving and I get the feeling that somebody wants to talk, I'll turn on the program on my phone and just let them talk, let them say what they needed to say. Because like I said, if I'm driving, I can't go purple and concentrate on what they're trying to say to me. So that's the only time I really use those communication apps. But I understand not everybody can hear, and they would like alternatives, and I can absolutely let you know what apps I use, what I've had success with, and what I would recommend. So we went a little bit over time. This has basically started like a second recording, so I hope it's not going to be too much of a jump cut when I, won't look too out of place when I go and edit this. But so that is Lauren. Watch for Lauren's eBay auction. It should be going up at the same time this video is. I'm really going to work on that this week. And that is it for me and Lauren. So thank you for watching yet another interview video, and I will see you next time.